We are starting today with something special. We are in Wissant. It's the start of a great route, the 128. So it's 595 kilometers until Germany. It goes completely through Belgium. It starts here. Today. You cannot go any further. It starts here. This is the beginning of our long trip, but it's not in one day. But this is the start. I hope we will see the end. This is a very small fishing town, Wissant. What is special about Wissant? It's between Cap Grini and Cap Blanc, and there are two peaks with cliffs, and from a distance, maybe I can film them, you can see Dover, England, the white cliffs of Dover. Always we are thinking we have to do something crazy, like a great walk in America, or a great walk in Corsica, or whatever, but you have 2-3 weeks, 4 weeks maybe needed to do that. And yeah, we don't have the time to do that. We want to travel other countries and we do other stuff. So we are planning to do this 128 completely through Belgium in different steps. So every time on Sunday we have the time, we're going to do a piece of it. 30 kilometers, today it's 31 kilometers. And we're going to go every time further and further until we are in Germany. So we have drove like a small 2 hours to France. It's starting here in the north of France in Wissant. And funny thing is, one time it's passing nearly our town, so that's funny. But we're going to take you along this route from the north of France until Germany, completely through Belgium. And if we see something interesting, we're going to say it. But we need a challenge, and this is the start. This is the first pole that I see here, because it starts actually there on the coast, but we did not see any pole. This is the first pole. I'm going to touch it, and I hope I can touch the last one. I don't know what time we're going to finish, like 1 year, 2 years maybe, I don't know. Every time we have the time, we're going to do something, a small piece of that route. So are you ready? Let's go. But first, a little history of Wissant.
Wissant has a very rich history that dates back to the Roman period. The name Wissant comes from a very old Flemish language that was spoken here in the early medieval times. It was then called Witzand, translated in English is white sand. During the Second World War, this coast was part of a big Atlantic wall. You can find these bunkers along the coast, crossing the border with Belgium.
I asked for a coffee to go, but it's just open. It's not really.
It's
something.
coffee.
It's coffee, and you
To
can
go.
take it on the road, but you have to be careful.
You carry it for me?
Okay. This is cool. All your hands are busy.
And I have too much hair.
You have too much hair? I don't have that problem. Is it a good chocolate, how do you say it in English? Chocolate cookie? No? En français, c'est pain de chocolat.
The GR128 is a long distance hiking trail that starts in the northern France, completely through Belgium, a little piece of Netherlands, and ending in Aachen, Germany. A total distance around 600 kilometers.
The white cliffs of Dover. England is calling. today it's so clear that you can see England really from a distance. We are in France. Of course, it's very close by, but you can really see the white cliffs of Dover from here. So beautiful.
Leave the old world behind when everybody's going blind. Baby, you don't have to suffer. How would you go and put it to rest now, baby? Can't you feel it growing on me, shaking? Tell me how do you have it now? Your home is with your God. Lean into me when your worries they weigh. We will watch as they all fade away. Lean into me when there's nothing to say. 'Cause you don't have to go out every day with your gut up. Your gut up. With your gut up. Your gut up. Your gut
Koekoek. Koekoek. Oh, oh. A little bump. You found this?
Yes.
Imagine that you just sit here waiting.
For the enemy.
I should be. I would be scared. Really, I really should. I think I should run. This is probably the last time we see the sea. It was a wonderful walk along the coast of Cap Grigny, Cap Blauny. Imagine that you live there. Wow, great place. So then we have to go to the inside of the country, and this will be then the last time. Are you sad, hun?
Yes.
That you're not going to see the sun? The coast of the sea. But you're going to see more forest then.
You will find these little craters everywhere, a reminder of the heavy battles that took place here.
We are at 25 kilometers. My feet are not happy. I thought this morning, Jürgen, Herr Buddha, Jürgen. Be a wise man, wear the right socks. So I took hiking socks out of my closet and I said, well done, hey, I'm proud of you. You thought about everything, but it's not good. They are the wrong socks and they, I feel I have blisters. So it's the last 5 kilometers now. I feel my skin is shifting, so it's not good. But hey, no problem. We are strong. We are doing this, and there will be other stages that we have another problem. But we nearly had a big problem. We have came with 2 cars. So my wife with a Mini, me with a Ford. Okay. So we parked 1 car at the furthest point and 1 car at the beginning. So we are finishing, we're going with the car after the other one. My wife says, well, imagine that I lose the key, so I will store him in the little cabin, you know, where you put all your documents in. What do you call that? I don't know. Little cabin. So I cannot lose him. So now she's realizing, oh, do you have the key of the fort? I was like, let's check. Yes. So she did not have a key of the fort. Imagine that we are arriving at the fort and we don't have the key.
That would be interesting.
Interesting. Oh my God.
We have you.
Yes, of course, of course. I was such a good husband this morning with my socks. So that's a lesson for next stage. Different socks. I don't know. There are hiking socks, so I don't know why they are not good. And my wife also has problems with her feet, and she also wearing hiking socks. So let's say they are not good. That was a little stress moment. My wife finds it hilarious. So that is the train station of Calais-Frétin, and there you can go on the train that goes to London. So a little bit further into the countryside, a little bit further there, about there, he disappears in the ground and then he goes under the sea to England. We have already done this 1 time, I think. Yeah, 1 time we went to London with the Thalys. So is it Thalys? Yes. So the high-speed train, and that's the station there. You can go on. You can go in Calais, but this is Calais-Frétin, and I think I pronounce it correct. My French is not perfect. I think about 5 kilometers, and we are at the car. My feet will be very thankful. I don't think a lot of people are doing this walk. It's really the last 2 kilometers of our first stage. It's a wilderness. Are you okay?
Yes!
Here we end our path, our first stage. Okay, this is the point. I know it's a very strange point, but that is the road to the city that our car is parked, and that is the road further. So we have to stop somewhere, and that town, that little town where we parked our car, was the closest little town to park our car. We cannot park it just here. So next stage, we start here at the sign that we cannot enter. But you will think that we are very close to our car. Well, we thought that too when we put it in the GPS, and we are working with the app Komoot, and when you look at the map, it's like, oh, it's close. It's just 2 kilometers. So easy peasy. But when you have blisters, and my wife's, Whitney, what's hurting? Everything?
A little bit.
A little bit everything. So when it's hurting, then the 2 kilometers are really a little bit too much. And
Fire doesn't hurt.
it's not flat. So let's go to the car. We did the first stage. We took the first step. You can plan, you can plan, you can plan. We want to do that someday. We want to do that someday. Maybe someday we will do that. So take action. Just do it. Will we finish it? We don't know. Today we cannot say we will finish it. We have the idea of finishing it, but we took the first step. That's always the same thing. If you want to save some money, if you want to buy a car, and you put like $10 aside, that's the first step, how small it is. So take a first step. I want to take my last step now. Oh yes, do you see the car? Oh, there he is. Do you have the key? No. I'm dead.